The way you see the world shapes the life you live. Most people drift through life, reacting to their emotions, controlled by circumstances and unaware of their own power. But you don't have to be like most people. My name is Zenon, and I am your Stoic guide. Today, I will share 10 timeless Stoic principles that will transform your life immediately. These are not abstract ideas or distant philosophies. They are practical tools you can apply right now to build strength and unshakable inner peace. If you're ready to take control of your mind and master the art of living, let's begin. Have you ever felt completely powerless? Like no matter how much you tried, life just wouldn't go your way. You get rejected for a job you really wanted. Someone you love decides to walk away. A sudden crisis shatters your plans. And in those moments, frustration consumes you. Why is this happening? What could I have done differently? How do I fix this? Imagine a man caught in a storm. Instead of seeking shelter, he stands in the open, screaming at the sky, demanding the rain to stop. No matter how loud he shouts, the storm doesn't care. He's exhausted, drenched, and angry, all because he tried to control something beyond his power. Now imagine another man. He sees the storm approaching, accepts that he can't stop it, and calmly finds shelter. He waits, undisturbed, using the time to reflect, to rest. When the storm passes, he steps out, dry and ready to move forward. Same storm, two completely different outcomes. Why? Because one man fought reality, while the other worked with it. This is one of the most powerful Stoic principles. Focus only on what is within your control and let go of the rest. If you grasp this, you will never be a victim of life again. Marcus Aurelius put it simply, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. So, ask yourself, what am I currently fighting against that I have no power to change? What would happen if I let go of that struggle and focused only on my own actions, my own thoughts, and my own responses? Master this, and you will walk through life with a calmness others can't understand. The storms will come, but you will remain unmoved. Look around you. The people in your life, your friends, your family, your colleagues, are shaping you in ways you don't even realize. If you spend time with those who complain, soon you'll find yourself complaining. If you surround yourself with people who chase pleasure without purpose, you will start doing the same. But if you walk among the wise, the disciplined, the virtuous, your own character will rise to meet theirs. Epictetus warned us, the key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. Imagine two travelers. One walks through a field of flowers, breathing in fresh air, absorbing beauty, feeling at peace. The other walks through a polluted alley, choking on smoke, stepping over filth. Their surroundings become their experience. They didn't choose what the air would be like, but they did choose where to walk. Now ask yourself, who do you walk with? Do the people around you challenge you to be better? Do they push you toward wisdom, discipline, and courage? Or do they drain you, distract you, and lead you away from the person you want to be? This is not about arrogance. It is about alignment. If you wish to be disciplined, walk with the disciplined. If you seek wisdom, surround yourself with the wise. If you desire peace, do not keep company with those who thrive on chaos. The choice is yours. Keep the company of the weak, and you will remain weak. Walk with the strong, and you will become strong. Every time you face a challenge, you have two choices. See it as a curse, or embrace it as a path. Most people complain, resist, and wish for an easier road. But the Stoic knows that obstacles are not in the way. They are the way. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What stands in the way becomes the way." A river does not stop when it meets a rock. It flows around it, over it, or through it. The obstacle does not block the path, it creates it. Think of a blacksmith forging a sword. The fire and the hammer do not destroy the metal, they strengthen it. The same applies to you. Every difficulty, every setback, every hardship is shaping you into something stronger, if you let it. So ask yourself, what problem in your life are you resisting? What challenge are you seeing as a roadblock instead of a lesson? Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, how can this make me stronger? The Stoic does not seek an easy life. He seeks the strength to handle a difficult one. Embrace the obstacle, and you will find that it was never in your way. It was leading you exactly where you needed to go. Your life is yours alone. Every decision, every action, every outcome, whether good or bad, traces back to you. The weak blame others, their parents, their boss, the economy, fate itself. The Stoic takes a different path. He understands that while he cannot control everything that happens, he can always control his response. And in that response lies his power. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Imagine two men who lose their jobs. One blames the system, sinks into despair, and waits for someone to save him. The other takes responsibility, learns new skills, and finds a better opportunity. Same event, different outcome, because one man claimed ownership of his life. Ask yourself, are you making excuses, or are you taking control? Are you blaming circumstances, or are you using them as fuel? The moment you stop waiting for someone else to fix your life is the moment you become unstoppable. Take responsibility for everything, and you will hold the key to your own destiny. The ability to delay gratification is the difference between mediocrity and greatness. Most people chase pleasure in the moment, junk food instead of health, distraction instead of focus, comfort instead of growth. But the Stoic understands that true strength comes from resisting short-term temptations for long-term rewards. Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Look at the greatest minds, the strongest leaders, the most disciplined warriors. They all mastered the art of patience. Imagine two men. One spends his nights indulging in entertainment, seeking quick pleasure, avoiding discomfort. The other spends his nights learning, training, and building his future. 10 years have passed. One is lost, frustrated, wondering where the time went. The other stands tall, proud of what he has built. The difference: one chose the easy path, the other chose the right one. Ask yourself, are you sacrificing your future for temporary comfort? What could you achieve if you mastered patience and discipline? The Stoic does not ask, what feels good now? He asks, what will make me stronger in the long run? Choose wisely, for your future is being built by the choices you make today. In every moment you are faced with a choice. Take the easy path or take the right one. The easy path is tempting. It asks nothing of you, demands no sacrifice, and offers comfort. But the right path, that requires strength. It demands discipline, integrity, and the willingness to endure hardship. Most people choose what is easy, even when they know it's wrong. They avoid difficult conversations, they break promises, they take shortcuts. But the Stoic does what is right, no matter the cost. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Just that you do the right thing, the rest doesn't matter." Imagine a soldier in battle. The easy choice is to flee, to save himself. The right choice is to stand his ground, to protect those beside him, even at great risk. His honor, his legacy, his very soul is defined in that moment, not by what is easy, but by what is right. Ask yourself, where in your life are you avoiding the hard choice? What would happen if you stopped choosing comfort and started choosing courage? The weak do what is easy, the strong do what is right. Be strong. In a world filled with distractions, noise, and endless demands, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. We accumulate possessions, obligations, and expectations, thinking that they will bring us happiness or fulfillment. But the Stoic knows that peace comes not from having more, but from needing less. The simpler your life, the clearer your mind. Seneca famously said, "A wealth of information creates a poverty of attention." Imagine someone weighed down by too many belongings, his house overflowing, his schedule packed, his mind constantly racing. Now imagine someone who lives with intention, keeping only what serves his purpose, saying no to unnecessary commitments, focusing only on what truly matters. The second person is free. Free from clutter, free from distraction, and free to live with purpose. Ask yourself, what can I remove from my life to make room for what really matters? What am I holding on to out of habit, not necessity? The Stoic doesn't need a life filled with noise, possessions, or approval. He seeks a life filled with virtue, purpose, and peace. Simplify, and you will find clarity. In every decision, you face a choice. Act on impulse, or act with wisdom. Emotions are fleeting and unreliable. One moment you may be angry, the next sad or excited. But emotions are often driven by external circumstances, things you cannot control. Wisdom, on the other hand, is steady and grounded. It doesn't waver with the winds of emotion. The Stoic knows that to live a life of reaching his full potential, he must not be ruled by his feelings, but by reason. Living by wisdom means mastering yourself, making decisions based on what is right, not what you feel in the moment. Imagine a man who reacts in anger to every slight, burning bridges with friends and family. His emotions rule him, and in the end, he is left alone, bitter and regretful. Now imagine another man who faces insult with calm, who chooses patience over rage, who responds with understanding rather than revenge. His life is peaceful, his relationships strong. Ask yourself, when was the last time you let emotion dictate your actions? What would happen if you paused, took a breath, and chose wisdom instead? The Stoic doesn't let emotions control him. He lets reason guide him toward a life of virtue, peace, and clarity. Much of the suffering we experience in life is not caused by the events themselves, but by how we react to them. We worry about things that may never happen. We fear what we cannot control, and we suffer ourselves over the past. The Stoic knows that much of this suffering is needless. Seneca said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Imagine a man who fears a storm, pacing and dreading it long before it arrives. When the storm finally comes, it's nowhere near as bad as he imagined, yet he's already exhausted from the anticipation. The same happens in life. We create problems in our minds, building them into mountains, even when the reality may be a mere bump in the road. The Stoic seeks to live in the present, accepting what is and letting go of what might be. Ask yourself, how much of your suffering is self-caused? What would happen if you stopped worrying about the future and accepted the present moment as it is? Life has enough challenges without us adding to them. Avoid needless suffering by mastering your thoughts, focusing only on what you can control and letting go of what you can't. You are going to die. We all are. It's not a morbid thought, but a simple fact of life, one that the Stoics embraced fully. This truth, our mortality, holds incredible power. Most people walk through life as if they have all the time in the world, delaying what matters, wasting time on things that don't serve their purpose. But the Stoic knows better. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." Imagine this. Every morning you wake up and are reminded that today could be your last. How would you spend it? Would you waste it on trivial concerns, or would you focus on what truly matters? Would you hold on to resentments, or would you make apologies? Would you chase fleeting pleasures, or would you pursue wisdom and virtue? The Stoics didn't use the thought of death as a tool for fear or despair. No, they used it as a guide. They used it to remind themselves of what really mattered, to cut through the noise, to focus on what they could control and let go of the rest. Ask yourself, if I only had 1 year left to live, what would I change? If I knew today could be my last day, would I spend it the way I'm spending it right now? Would I choose my time wisely or let it slip away unnoticed? Every moment is precious because one day it will be your last. The more you internalize this truth, the more urgency you will feel to live intentionally, to prioritize what truly matters, and to stop wasting time on things that don't serve your highest good. Remembering death isn't about fear. It's about clarity. It's about living with purpose, knowing that each day is a gift. It's a reminder to love deeply, to act with integrity, and to live without regret. Because in the end, it's not how long you lived, it's how you lived. You've now learned 10 powerful Stoic principles, each one a tool for immediate transformation in your life. The question is, will you choose to apply them? Remember, wisdom doesn't lie in knowing what's right. It lies in doing what's right every single day. It's not enough to watch a video or read a book. The real change begins when you take action. Life will always throw challenges your way, but you now have the tools to turn every obstacle into an opportunity, every hardship into growth. So, ask yourself, will you continue to drift with the currents of life, or will you take control and sail with purpose? The choice is yours. Embrace these principles, live them, and you will transform not just your life, but your very character. Thank you for joining me. Until next time, remember, the path to wisdom is always open to those willing to walk it.